Hi guys, so I'm here with Nala today and I'll be showing you how to cut your dog's hair on the face, around the face, kind of to make it look like the teddy bear face, and also show you how to remove the tear stains. If your dog has tear stains, if your dog is white and is prone to the staining around the eyes, I'm going to show you how to do that. And as you can see, her hair is overgrown. I'll go over how to cut the ears, also around the face, and yeah, so let's get started. So basically all that you're going to be needing are the curved shears for the top of the head. I find it that the curve makes it easier to shape the round. Regular, this one has the curved tips. I like to use this one for around the eyes, just for safety. And the thinning shears, that's just to get rid of any like harsh lines. Also, the brushes that I like to use, these are the 3 brushes that I usually use. The comb, and then a very fine tooth for getting around the eyes. So first thing you need to do is brush your dog's face. Make sure there are no debris. Make sure there are no crusts around the eyes. Make sure there are no knots or tangles, especially behind the ears. So you brush everything, make it nice and smooth. Right now, I'm gonna get a haircut today, right? And if you have a hyper dog, I always recommend you to go for a nice long walk with your dog. Give him lots of water so he can be nice and relaxed for the grooming. Makes it easier. So lots of brushing, and then we can get started. I like to get started removing the tear stain. To remove the tear stain, you're going to want to brush the hair up and away from their eye so that you can get a sense of how much you need to cut. And then you just go as close as you can, and then you just trim that hair. Always like this, never point the shears towards the dog's eye. Always like this, parallel to their face. That opens up their eyes too. So have a little bit more left. Remove most of it, and now you can see the before and after, just around the eye. See, this is with the tear stain before we cut it, and this is after we cut it. And she hasn't had a haircut in like 2 months, 2.5 months. She has her winter coat on, and after today she's gonna get a haircut. I'll show you a picture in the end what she's gonna look like with the haircut. So this is what the eyes look like. Now you know how to do the tear stain. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. So now that we've removed all of the tear staining, we're gonna go ahead and shape the face. And I like to do the round nozzle. So what I do is I brush the hair above their nose. I brush it up, and then I cut it straight. So get all the hair up. I'm gonna cut about 1/4 inch straight up. And then once you brush it to the side, it will be like nice and rounded. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the eyes. So for the eyes, I brush the hair on the face, on top of the eyes, above their eyes like this. So brush it forward. And then I cut the hair in a half a moon shape. So this is what I'll be doing. Here, here, here. And I'll be using the curved also, so it gives me a nice round shape. You'll have a nice round shape. Sharp. This part's still long because we didn't do that yet, but we'll get there. So you can see already how her face is taking shape. Now we're gonna do around the nose, the mouth, and all the long hair sticking out. They're gonna go. So brush everything down. Again, guys, I'm not a professional groomer. This is just how I groom my own dog that I've learned over the years. And she doesn't mind. It saves me money and saves her the stress of having to go to a groomer. So I'm gonna go ahead and shape her face. I will use the regular shears now. I'm gonna cut about 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch. Kind of hold their nozzle so that they don't move. And I'm cutting at an angle. Nice and straight line. And then I'll go under the lips here and get it closer around the root mouth. So when they drink water and eat, it's not too long, the hair doesn't go inside their mouth. Okay, brush it, check. I'm happy with the length. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So first thing, you brush all of that hair down and cut it at an angle like this. You can practice with your fingers first. Make sure their little tongue is always inside, not out. She's usually good about that. Now that I did the other side, I want to make sure it's even. And then for right here around the nose, to make it rounded, all you do is brush it forward. Forward. And all of these little hairs that are sticking past the nose, you trim it. So once you brush it back, it'll be nice and rounded. So bring it forward. And you just want to get around the nose, just the hairs that are passing it. I usually like to do this with her facing me, but I'm trying to give you guys a good angle. So the way you hold the dog will be like this, towards you, and then you have a better view of how you're cutting it. So you're just getting those little bits of hair that are passing the nose. Brush it back, and you see, you're starting to see the round teddy bear face. Now with the thinning shears, I'm gonna go ahead and work on rounding her nose. And very lightly, just so you kind of get rid of the lines. Just gonna go around it. See how much better she's looking already? I'm gonna work under her mouth now. So you hold the dog's nose like this. Try to get, you can do it with your hands, the hair down. So I'm gonna cut this much off. Shorten it a bit. So I'm just gonna use a regular shears for this. Again, I'm just pulling that hair down and slowly cutting it. You get as much as you want out. Now I'm gonna work on her, the top of her head. And for that, I kind of brush it up and to the side, just to give me an idea of how much I need to cut it off. Make sure you don't grab the hairs from the ears. And I'll be using the curved shears. You just start. All the way around their face. So you give them a nice rounded teddy bear face. Do the same thing on this side, around the eye, and do it rounded. Face is pretty much done. You can go ahead and work on their ear. And the ear can be tricky. You always have to be aware where their leather ends, because it's shaped like a U, so you can't just cut it straight or else you're gonna cut their leather. You always have to be aware where it ends. I kind of follow the shape of her ear, just slightly angled, as you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim it. I feel her leather ending right here. I'm gonna trim about like less than ½ inch. I like to use the regular straight shears for this. So fix the hairs that didn't get cut. Nice and short and following the original shape. You can cut it from the inside too, so that way you can see the leather. I'm just going over and getting the bits of hair that didn't get cut. You're falling asleep, maybe? So So as you can see, you just pretty much follow. And that's preference too. Some people like to leave the hair long. I like to keep it short, just because I think it makes her look like a puppy, even though she's already 8 years old. She's 8 years old, yes. You're 8 years old. Okay, so we did that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one. So again, you brush the hair down. Make sure there are no knots. And then you feel it, or where the ear ends, and you cut it. I'm holding on to where it ends so that way there's no accidents. And just like that, you have a teddy bear looking dog. You can see the body's still long, but she's gonna get a haircut next. But the face, this is what it looks like. Teddy bear face. Rounded around the nose, short ears, and rounded head. No tear staining. Nice and white. Once she gets a bath, she'll be snowball. Okay guys, so she's done bathing, and I gave her a haircut, put a little bandana, and this is what she looks like. You see the face, nice and rounded. That's what I call the teddy bear face with the puppy cut body. You can watch my other video for instructions on how to give your dog a haircut. So yeah, this is what she looks like. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!